Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Morgan from Homeschool in the Woods. Today I'm going to be showing you our new addition to our November morning time, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so our new addition is from Campfire Curriculums, and we just bought the Thanksgiving unit from them, and it is really neat. It comes with Prereader, elementary, middle school, high school, and the adult journals. So when you buy the unit, you're getting all of those as a PDF. This was digital. It was $19.95, I think, but you know, you get it forever. You can use it every year, and so that's a really great price. And we've just started this. Like, I think we just got into like lesson 2 a little bit. So we really aren't very far into it, but I just wanted to give you guys a look to see what it looks like and if that's something you would like to do in your family. And also I'm going to be showing you some other things that we are doing for the upcoming holiday. So I'm going to flip the camera around and kind of show you what it's all about. Okay, so this is the adult journal. So it's for like your teacher guide, I guess you want to say. I put it in this little, they call report folders, and it has like a clear cover. I really like these. I only have one of them though, so I could only do it for this one. But it has like a clear cover so you can see. And I didn't print everything off. I just did what I needed. There was some pages I didn't feel like I needed, so I wanted to save ink. But this has about the curriculum, like how anything that you need to know when you're doing it. And it also has optional activities. It'll tell you like lesson 2. Let's see if I can get in there a little closer. Shows you stuff that you need for each lesson. Like lesson 2 says apples, caramel, chocolate sauce, skewers or popsicle sticks, and candy and cookies. I had everything for this. I wanted to do this, but my apples got eaten by all the kids, so we may not get to do this because I don't go to town very often, so yeah. Anyway, we probably won't get to do that now. Like lesson 3, like chalk or markers and an old tablecloth. It just shows you everything you need for each lesson, like white coffee cup from the thrift store, a journal, balloons, all this stuff. So it kind of tells you all the stuff that you need, but that's optional. You don't have to do it. And here is the table of contents. Lesson 1 talks about tradition, history, and his story, pilgrims and their feast, how many Thanksgivings, and there's only 10 lessons. It's pretty short. This is meant to be fun. It's not meant to be really like hardcore schoolwork or anything like that. It's just meant to bring your family together so you can have fun together and make memories, I think. So that is really cool about this. There's lesson 1. It's the tradition and history. And then it talks just more about tradition and stuff like that. Too much tradition. And then you write down traditions that you do in your family. Possible negative side effects of having too much tradition. Let your children interview you about traditions that you had when you were a kid, and they can write it kind of in this area. Now, the other journals will look a little different, but the elementary looks a lot like the adult one. I mean, it's a little different, but it's a lot the same. So, but the pre-reader is like just a lot of little fun games. So, and then they have a leaf catching game. We haven't got to that yet, but that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So there's a lot of games and stuff in here. There's some recipes. Here's lesson 2, pilgrims and their feast. Sorry about the lighting. The lighting in my room is not very good. So, religious freedom. Another misconception. And here is a It says tradition time. This is where like we would do the candy apples. Like it's the recipe if you wanted to make like your own caramel sauce or chocolate sauce for it. So it has that in there. So, how many Thanksgivings? And then I think in the pre-reader they have like where you make like Indian headdress. It's really nice. There's some history involved, so that is really cool. George Washington. Sorry if you can hear that. It is hunting season and we got four-wheelers going all over the place right now, so you might be hearing some of that. And the wind's blowing really hard outside right now. Turkey pardon talks about that. I'm free. That's really gonna be a lot of fun. I almost waited too late, I think, to get this, but I think it'll work out okay. Talks about the parades. It has some games here. Let me see. Pumpkin bowling, make a coffee cup, football toss. I have to move a little bit. Okay. New tradition. This is the empty chair tradition. Talks about that. And there also is a deal on writing a poem. There's a poem right here, but then I think all the kids are supposed to kind of make their own Thanksgiving poem. So that should be fun. Okay. Gratitude versus happiness. It talks a lot about being grateful. If I can flip the page, the gratitude game. These pages I want to turn. And then tradition time. Talks about tradition again. And the artwork and stuff is very pretty. I love it. Turkey hunting. That has to do with balloons, so that's another game. That's going to be fun. And then the day before Thanksgiving, looks like there's a book to read. We don't have that book, so I don't know if we'll do that or not. It's just an optional thing. We have our own books that we're probably going to read, though. Let me turn the page. Looks like another recipe. And those, I don't know if I'll get to do those. It just depends on if I have the stuff, because I don't like to make special trips for just... I can't turn the pages for some reason. I don't like to make special trips for just like one or two things, because we don't live in town. And then the day before Thanksgiving, like a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, to watch that, or an old-fashioned Thanksgiving based on Little Women. So that'll be fun. We usually watch Charlie Brown Thanksgiving anyway, but that'll be a lot of fun. More pieces to the gratitude game. And that is it for the adult journal. With the adult journal, it had a planner, like a Thanksgiving planner that you could print out, but I didn't print that because I just don't usually do planners. I don't know, I just can't seem to use them. I don't know. But it is very pretty, and for all you mamas out there who are into planning and planners, you would love it. So it's very pretty. Okay, so I have some, this is what I did for the pre-readers. I just stapled them. This is probably definitely not the best way to do this, but that is what I did. So this is the pre-reader Thanksgiving, and I'm just going to do a quick flip through. See, that's their leaves that they made. And this is, we was talking about a tradition. A tradition that we do at Thanksgiving is the kids usually do a piñata, and it's a lot of fun. So that's what they were trying to draw, if you couldn't tell. And then we did this where you find the differences in the picture. It's just a lot of little activities for them to do. That's fun. This was like circle the foods that the pilgrims would have ate. And then the other half of the hat looks just like it. And this is another tradition that we wrote down. They were supposed to ask me about traditions that we did. And this was my granny. And my granny always makes lots of pies for Thanksgiving. And so that's like a tradition that always has stuck with us. And everybody would always fight over their favorite pie. So this is what that's supposed to be. But anyway, it's a lot of just little fun activities in the pre-reader. I did pre-reader for my first grader too because I feel like it's just going to be about fun and doing things, you know, that they would like to do. And secret code. And then parades. And then there's little things that they cut out and make. So it's just a lot of little activities for theirs. And then something that they're thankful for. It talks about the empty chair tradition. And then it has the Thanksgiving poem that they're supposed to make, which you are going to write for them because they're not going to be able to write it probably. Coloring page. And then it looks like they have a scavenger hunt, which is going to be a lot of fun to do. And I can't really turn the pages for some reason. Okay, and then it's another coloring page. And it talks about the day before Thanksgiving, the things that you can do. Like, well, I'm sure we're going to watch Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and stuff. And that is it for the pre-reader. And anyway, just showing you, I kind of wish I hadn't done this way, but I've already done it. So there's my two pre-readers. My 4-year-old and my 6-year-old are going to be using these. And then for the girls, I didn't get everything printed off yet. I just have, I think the first like 3 or 4 lessons, but I'll go ahead and show you kind of what it looks like right quick. So my 2 daughters, my 5th grader and my 3rd grader, are going to be using the elementary. And it kind of looks like the adult book, the adult journal. Here's the piñata. And it's a lot the same. Traditions and recipes. Talks about the games. The games are going to be a lot of fun. And the pilgrims and their feast. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's really meant just to come together as a family. It's not really meant to be like a school, you know, thing. I mean, they are going to be learning, but it's really just meant for fun. So I have to figure out how in the world I'm going to bind these or just put them in a folder or something. I got to finish printing all these out. But anyway, that's what the elementary journal looks like. Alright guys, so also what we're going to be doing for the month of November, we are going to be reading some stories from, I don't know if you can see that, the stories of the Pilgrims. This is from Christian Liberty Press. This was given to me like a few days ago, so perfect timing. We just finished up our latest read aloud, which was The Whipping Boy, and so since we're done with that, before we move into another read aloud, we're just going to read stories out of this book. This will be more for my older kids. Let me see if I can show you. It has just really nice stories, and they're pretty short, so maybe we can do one a day. We're not going to finish the whole book. We're just going to flip through and find stories that we want to read about them, and then there's always like comprehension questions at the end of each story. So we will be just going through some of this for the rest of November. And for the little kids, I have some picture books. I don't have very many. I have like 2. Yeah. I do have The Old Lady Who Swallowed a Pie, and that's always fun. So we'll probably be reading that. And we got this book. This was from my haul that I did, the not Christian books, kidsbooks.com. And this is like, I want to start getting some Thanksgiving books because we don't really have very many. And this is just a really nice picture book. It has some really pretty pictures. Probably not going to be able to show you very well some of the pictures. Yeah, I'm not very good at showing stuff. It's really nice. This will be more probably for the younger kids, but the older kids will like it too, I'm sure. They still like picture books, even though they're getting older. But here's some more pictures. Yeah, this is going to be a really fun book to do. And I think it was only, when I bought it off kidsbooks.com, it was like $2 something. It was pretty cheap. So I definitely recommend kidsbooks.com. If you're looking for some cheap kids books, it's the way to go. If you spend $35 or more, you get free shipping. So yeah, it's worth it. And this one I picked up at a thrift store, so it's kind of the same idea, but it's kind of old too. I don't know. We might read it. I don't know yet. It's real thin. This is Pilgrims on Thanksgiving, but it's a picture book as well. I think I like the other one better, but if we get around to it, we might read it. It's just like yeah, it's pretty old. I picked it up for, I don't know, it was pretty cheap at a thrift store. I love thrifting books. That is like, I love to find cheap books because if you don't know if they're going to be any good, so you don't want to spend a lot of money on them. But anyway, that is what we're going to be doing for our November. And Campfire Curriculums is coming out with a Christmas unit. And I think it's coming out on the 15th, which is tomorrow. So I don't know if that's something we're going to do yet. We're going to do this November unit and our Thanksgiving unit and see how it goes and to see if we want to do a Christmas unit. I don't know yet. And I kind of want to see what it looks like first. So I need to look into it a little more. But Campfire Curriculums has a lot of different unit studies. I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but I'm going to leave their link in my description box if you want to check out their website and see what they have to offer. It's really affordable, and they seem to be a really awesome company, and I'm really excited to dive into this Thanksgiving unit and see how it goes and if the kids like it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Another thing we're doing, before I forget, we're going to start doing thankful time in the morning. I'm going to have the kids start writing down, or they can draw a picture maybe of something that they're thankful for every day for the rest of November. I think it's going to be a really good time, and then they can kind of share it with everybody, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So we're going to start doing that. But anyway, guys, this is it, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you like this content, and I will see you guys on the next one.